Good evening, everyone. It's Eloy from Quailer 100. Thank you for joining me. I got to check the date. It is March 19th, 2020. It is 5:47 p.m. in the evening, and here's the update on COVID, war against COVID in Los Angeles. So, worldwide, I got a text from Miss Cello Alta. Check out her videos, and she's cooking up a lot of good food. And she was saying that there's going to be a vaccine in the United States come what this summer. I haven't really heard much about it, so don't know. So worldwide, what's going on? Brazil is climbing up in their numbers. There's wow, I didn't look at the numbers today. Sorry, I didn't have the update on the numbers, but they're going up, and still a lot of folks. Wow, I am so sorry about the update. Why am I so out of it? Well, I'll tell you in a little bit. Right now, so what's going on around the world? There's there's sell off after the day after Moderna published their positive studies on the phase one, but I think there's pullback on the stock market. So the stock market went up. Dow Jones Industrials went up by 3.84% yesterday. So if you had 100% on the Dow Jones Industrial, if you had 100,000, you would have made $3,840. That's not bad for a day's work. But today, it dropped down to 390 points, which is about I think 1.4%, right around there. So still no word on anything else, but there's a mad rush to. Oh, how come my shirt's on? It's backwards. So there's sorry about that. Easily distracted. So there's a mad rush to get a vaccine, and China supposedly has scientists that are saying that they don't need a vaccine, that they can cure this thing. We'll see what happens with that. So I think Trump is still trying to pull out who. I don't blame him. I think there needs to be administration change, but that's another story. I'm not going to get into that. Uh, that's not what this site is about. I don't want to get too political. Um, oh yeah, speaking of Trump, Trump supposedly has been taking hydrochloroquine every day, and that's why when he has press conference, he doesn't wear a mask. So he's very confident with that. His the rest of his staff, I think, they get tested every day. So that's what's going on. Statewide, still trying to open up slowly. I think they're thinking of opening up restaurants. As far as stores go, Home Depot, you have to get in line, and they'll let certain amount of patrons, so doors are wide open. So got in there today, but they're having the precautions of the plexiglass shield and people wearing masks. So, and I think people are a little more polite nowadays when they sort of like bump into you. It's like people are saying, "Excuse me." I don't know if it's just something new, or it's just I just haven't met any assholes as as being reported on NetShark. So Los Angeles wise, so I think they're beginning to loosen it up. They're trying to. I think they're gonna open up more if we don't get any more new cases or new deaths. I think if we don't get any more new deaths, they're gonna open up a little bit more. But if there's a spike, then they're gonna pull back on opening a little bit. Las Vegas, I guess I heard on the ad that they may be opening starting May 26th. So they're taking reservations for certain hotel casinos, and they're not going to charge you for parking to lure you back to Vegas. So that looks like it's going to start opening in May 26th. Workwise, I swab pre-op and dental procedures. So I did 5 of them today, which is actually not a bad number. The afternoon did not have to do anything. I didn't have any walk-ins except for a guy that was not registered. So the 5 we were able to do with. Hello, Miss Cello Alta. Good morning, ma'am. Always great to have you on board. You're a sight for sore eyes. So thank you for the thumbs up. I just commented on how wonderful your uh, your um, your channel is doing at Cella Alta. Good cooking and good food. So, anyways, giving you a shout out to you and your daughter. So, Miss Chelly and Miss Jade. Good morning and good evening. I guess if you're, it's evening here. Weather's nice outside. It's a little cool. Oh yeah, that's supposed to be a 50-year cooling. I guess it's a solar minimum where the sun isn't going to be as hot, and we're going to have cold days and probably problems with the crops. And I think the crops are already feeling it, and I think it even started probably last year or the year before that. So anyway, I got to keep bouncing back and forth. I swabbed all 5 of those patients who are actually going in for uh, elective procedures. Like I said, did 5 in 15 minutes. It was wham bam, thank you, ma'am. We It was pretty. It was clockwork. So I gowned up. Had everything covered up. I had a face shield. I had double gloves. I had so it was Daryl Ruel, and Daryl was manning the cart, and he was just like handing him to Ruel, and Ruel was the guy who was sort of like my assistant, my clean guy. I call him clean, so he's like my hands. So basically, he would hand me the swab. I gave the patient instructions. Said they stayed in their car. We had after I've had them like line up. So one at a time, I gave them instructions, told them what to expect. They said, "Is this going to hurt?" And I told them, "Well, it's not the most pleasant thing, but we've done hundreds of these, millions around the world." So they were fine. Nobody tried to. One of them tried to like kind of clinch, but he he actually were able to. He did fine. So yeah, it pretty much. I had my assistant Roel. I had the swab. I would take out. There are 2 swabs. One is a thin one, is a skinny one, and then the other one, which is a flexible one. The other one is rigid and it's bigger cotton tip. So I take the smaller one, give it to Roel, who's already ready with a bag and the media. So then I would go ahead and lift the patient's nose, go in there, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is after I go in. It goes in about this far in, and until you meet a restriction, then you have to start twirling. Did that, pulled out, gave it to Ruel, broke the thing, boom, done. So I did about 5 of those. So I did my turn. Don't have to do it. I don't want to gonna do it anymore since they can do it. I just wanted to the doctors were doing it. I just didn't want to make it look like, oh well, you're being a prima donna. So they can't give me any shit for saying, oh well, you never swabbed. It's like BS. So anywho, so that's work, and it was pretty smooth. The afternoon didn't have to do anything. So the only problem is I think we're going to be swabbing for a while. We need a little bit of shelter because it's getting hotter. It's been cool this week, but it's going to start getting hotter soon. After I just said that it's going to start cooling, but it's still going to be in the 90s. So anyway, so that's what I did, and that's it for the update. So you folks have a good night and take care, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, take care. Bye.